Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you some of the updates that were made to Final Fantasy XIV's patch 4.1 website. Now, we expect that the trailer and a great deal of the other information to become available to us on the 29th of September, when at 4 a.m. live letter number 39 is going to be taking place. However, we can already draw some conclusions about some of the content that is going to be coming. Now, the first video we did covered the first 4 tabs: the main scenario, Return to Evil East, new dungeon, and housing. So we've already done a video on those. The updated ones are Shinryu's Domain, Rival Wings, Side Story Quests, Beast Tribe Quests, and additional updates. Now, I said this in the last one, if Eureka doesn't pop up in additional updates, I, for one, do not think it's going to hit in the 4.1 cycle. Of course, that's still unconfirmed. Maybe we'll hear more information about Eureka tonight, or tomorrow morning, I should say, with the live letter, but for now, I'm keeping myself reserved on those updates. So scrolling down past the things that we've already covered in the last time I did a video on this website, the first thing we have is the Minstrel's Ballad, Shinryu's Domain. It gives you a brief little sentence down here: a god born of sorrow and despair, a man who lives only for death. As one they fought the warrior of light, and as one they fell. No words could do this titanic encounter justice, lest they come from the wandering minstrel, to whom no event is beyond improvement. As his nimble fingers pluck out the chords, his rich voice carries you to a place above the world, one that is at once familiar and foreign. Shinryu's Domain. So you can see this picture of him right here. Now, there's only 3 pictures. You have this one right here where you can see the fire chain over there between the 2 players. Nothing really new there. Some of the platforms missing. One of his wings looks to be preparing another attack, but ultimately not a whole lot you can draw from that. The next screenshot is the terrifying one, which is a change to his arena. Now, Shinryu is quite large, so this is obviously not the same arena as the one that we were dealing with here. You can see the player size versus the squares they're standing on top of versus this right here, where we're actually sharing the platform with Shinryu himself. So that looks to be an entirely new phase, an entirely new part of the encounter, and hopefully you're all looking forward to that, because that's going to be one of the first things I hop into when patch 4.1 actually launches. Now, Rival Wings is... this one's been a pretty big hot topic since the website was updated. So Rival Wings is the next PvP mode. It's going to be 2 teams of 24 facing off against each other with giant mechs involved. Now, one thing you're probably thinking upon seeing this screenshot is actually that it resembles MOBAs. It looks to be that there's 2 lanes, a tower in each lane, and then the base. So ultimately, the goal is to destroy the enemy's base, which is at the far side of each side of the arena. Now, for the little thing at the bottom, on the forgotten fringes of the Dravanian hinterlands, there lie the remnants of a Charlayan testing site known as Astragallos. With their boundless ingenuity, the goblins of Idleshire have transformed the place into an expansive training ground. Here, brave adventurers can take control of mighty machines in large-scale war games reminiscent of battles against the Garlean Empire. A furious struggle for territorial supremacy awaits. So 2 teams of 24, and the team to destroy the enemy's base first is the winner. Now, these are just some close-ups of the individual bases. You can see they're protected by some sort of shielding, so you can see that on each side. And then you get to this. So one of the big things with this mode is that while you are going to be taking on towers, players can actually take control of mechs, which somewhat reminds me of Hero of the Storm or MXM, 2 other MOBAs that exist out there. And their goal is to be kind of just the primary force. If people want to deal with you, they have to go out of their way to deal with you, but otherwise the players are going to be fighting themselves. Now, this right here, the only thing I don't know, I'd have to assume that if this is kind of looking like a MOBA style game mode, where while you are controlling your character and you're not like top down, when I say it's MOBA style, I don't mean it's like the isometric view. You're still playing it like an MMO. Think more like Smite than like League of Legends in terms of the camera angle. But I don't know if those are players taking control of those things or if those are minions. My guess is that those are minions that will automatically run down each of the 2 lanes, and they'll meet with each other, and your goal is to try and push those into the enemy towers and then eventually through to the enemy base. So that would be what my actual guess is. You can also see the blue team's what's it called, Cruise Chaser in the back, whereas this team, you could see the red team's Cruise Chaser and Brute Justice over there in the corner. So that's going to be the new PvP mode. That comes out in patch 4.15, which is about 5 weeks after the launch of patch 4.1. Hildebrand is going to be getting some new quests. How depressingly dreary and plain existence is, in those brief interludes between the appearances of the larger-than-life Inspector Extraordinaire. Once more into the sky did he fly, so once more did Nashu, who's his Makaraka, because I didn't actually know that was her last name, set forth in search of her mentor, this time in the far east. But hark, who lurks in yonder shadows, smelling faintly of cheese? So we have the Namazu here, we have Nashu, we have this screenshot. we have my favorite screenshot so far. They said this was more like a preview episode, so I don't expect too much out of Hildebrand here, but doing his normal antics, Hildebrand is returning for patch 4.1. The Beast Tribe quests, we have the Kojin, though divided into two factions, the red and the blue. All Kojin have labored since time immemorial to gather treasures they believe serve as vessels for the divine. The red Kojin achieved this goal through violence, once serving as mercenaries for the Gurlian Empire, with Imperials now gone. However, with Imperials now gone, however, they have chosen to take control of the treasures vault of the Kojin, knowing full well their blue brethren will not raise arms against them. Instead, the blue Kojin now seek to create their own treasure vault. What hardships will they encounter in their endeavor to honor the divine? So, of course, the Kojin are going to come with their own quests, their own daily reset for your Beast Tribe quests, and, of course, their own rewards. As you can see, we have the blue Kojin minion, who is very blue, and I guarantee you the English translation for that has some sort of major joke about how much more blue this guy is than the actual ones due to the translation issues. And then the actual mount that you'll be getting, you'll be able to get access to the Manta Ray. Yes, you will be able to use it above water, since I know some people might be wondering that, since it's an underwater mount primarily. Any mount that swims also flies. Any mount that flies also swims. Always keep that in mind. And then finally, you have custom deliveries is the next thing that was updated. For those who don't know, custom deliveries are basically an NPC asks you to bring them a unique collectible for their series of quests. And as you bring them to them, you get scripts, you get experience points, and you unlock a little bit of their story. The next custom delivery we have is with Monago, who is someone who you should recognize if you've completed the main scenario at this point. You can strengthen your bonds with Monago and experience the story of the Resistance Widows and Orphans Fund. Just some screenshots, well, ones of her, and then ones of this where you can see it's a flat amount of experience points regardless of collectability. So you can use Monago to level up, or you can use Monago to earn scripts. You have the red scripts here. We have to, do these say we can earn yellow scripts anyway? We have to be able to earn yellow scripts through this. That has to be, you can see yellow scripts at the bottom here, but I see reputation, gil, red scripts, and this. And EXP, I have to assume that there's yellow scripts somewhere, or at some point, somewhere along the line. And those are all the updates to the 4.1 website. Like I said, we have the live letter tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. Pacific. I will be live streaming. I'm not doing a translation, and Marco is not going to be available. So I've gotten the permission from the Reddit Discord and their translators to restream the Reddit translation, which is, of course, unofficial and not final, and they go back and they touch it up. So keep that in mind when you're watching. And I just like to, I'm going to restream their rough unofficial translation, and at the same time, we'll just be discussing and reacting to whatever is actually happening in the live letter itself. So if you're looking for a place to discuss it, whether you like it or not, be sure to come by the stream around 3:30 a.m., so about 30 minutes before the live letter itself starts, Pacific Standard Time. But anyway, that's going to be a wrap for this video. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned for everything you need on patch 4.1 and beyond. I'll see you guys next time, and until then, take care. I keep looking at the wrong camera, by the way. I keep looking at that camera. It's that camera. It's going to look weird, but whatever. See ya!